Hi, I'm Charlie Duncan, a full-time landscape photographer who's been taking photos every day for over 10 years. Join me as I teach you tips and tricks about photography.
When you hike to a large vantage like this, it's easy to get overwhelmed and just want to pull out your wide angle lens and shoot it all. And there's nothing wrong with that, but in a wide angle, everything's going to look a little smaller than it does to your eye. So sometimes you want to zoom in and get details like the mountains and add a little foreground element with your trees and the bushes that are on the ground as well, just to give your photos depth. Because if you just stand here and shoot like this and just take that wide angle shot, yeah, it's a gorgeous shot, but doesn't it look better having all this here for depth, and then the next mountain for more depth, and then the further mountain, Mount Baker right there for even more depth? So this photo here would have a lot of depth to it, as opposed to this photo here, which is just of the hills. So it's important to also crop in and get tighter shots than just a wide shot. I'll show you a few of the shots I took here. You'll see that I've used a little bit of foreground. Some of them I haven't. You'll see that as well. And you tell me, what shots do you find more interesting? The ones where I use the foreground that gives it more depth, or just the wide shots of everything? Another tip is, when you're hiking as a photographer, you're not going to be at the summits at sunset. You're not going to be at the top of the mountains at sunrise and sunset. The best times to shoot, because one, you probably have to get back down to your car, and two, most people don't hike that early and that late in the day. You notice over here, there's a lot of clouds in the sky. So that brings more interest as opposed to just blue in the sky. It's another tip. So if the sky is less interesting, put the sky at the top of the shot like this, so that it takes up less of the frame. But if the sky is more interesting and you have more clouds, then it's okay to give yourself more of the sky in the shot, because there's more interest than just a big blue blank spot. The best times to take photographs, landscape photographs, would be on a partly cloudy day. Well, the best time would be sunset on a partly cloudy day, or sunrise. Sunrises are usually even better than sunsets, but not all of us can hit sunsets and sunrises. It's difficult, especially if you have a 9-to-5. It's hard to hit all those, because the only times you could do that is on weekends, and isn't that when you sleep in? So definitely use your foreground elements, build depth with layers in your photos. I mean, right here, you have layers. But if you were just to get that, you're missing a good layer right here, like this. See how now you have a layer here, and then layers and layers and layers of mountains? Give yourself a foreground layer. That took me a while to learn in my photography. A lot of my photos, I wish I had known that from the start, to add layers to them. And now I have to go back and retake some of those photos, because there's no depth to them. And I see that now. I see what's lacking is depth. Depth is definitely part of landscape photography. So depth can be added just as simple as lowering your shot just a little bit and adding that foreground layer. You're going to want to use a higher aperture as well so that this will be in focus as well as this. Sometimes you will need to focus stack. Sometimes you'll need to take a shot for this so that this is in focus, and then take another shot for this so that's in focus, and stack them together in Photoshop. We will go over the photo stacking in another video. One of my editing videos, we'll go over that. But for now, make sure to get a shot with depth first, because it's a lot harder to add depth to a photo after the fact. It's not impossible. I've seen it done, but it's a lot harder. Just a couple tips. Depth, and if the sky is boring, take the sky out of the shot. If the sky is interesting, you can add the sky to the shot. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Say hi to my wife here looking at rocks.
Actually, I found a dime.
Oh.
1983.
Look at my wife here making money for us on the top of a mountain. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.